Crazy. What's going on, YouTubers? It is the greatest noob, T-Bear325, and I'm here with the deck profile from, who are you, sir?
PhoenixFlareX.
PhoenixFlareX. He's going to give us his Dragunity craziness deck profile. Are you ready, sir? Let's do it.
Yeah, well, basically it's turbo. I try to do combos as quickly as possible. I use 2 Zephyros. You can only use it once per duel, but if you open with it, you win. So you might as well run 2. And late game is just pitch fodder, or it's 1600, which isn't too small. 3 Dragunity Ducks. It equips the flanks from the grave when you summon it. It also makes for easy level 6 synchros. A lot of people, and it ultimately just opens all the doors for your plays, and it's your biggest asset in the entire deck. 1 Legionnaire because Spirit Reaper is a problem, and you have to bait things. This easily baits Veiler because they're like, oh, my monster's going to go away? I don't want this to go away. They'll easily bait the Warning or the Veiler. And that's the only wing beast you run. You run 6 wing beasts, which just, the deck is very streamlined. For tuners, you have 3 phalanx when it's equipped to your Ducks or your Vajrayana as special summons. And even though it says once per turn, it resets every time it goes to the graveyard. So you can just special summon this guy easily about 5 times a turn when you get the loop off. And if you don't want to know what the loop is, it's a Tum, Red Eyes, Stardust first turn +2 using just Zephyros and Ravine. And then we run 1 Achilles to support the Vajrayanas becoming 3,800 in popping cards, and the Legionnaire to get a +2 combo just for no reason, because that's nice. We also run 2 Mistletoes because people have been boarding out their Veilers, but they will board them in, and if they are still boarding them in, having them boarded in game 1, I want to be prepared, and this also gives another way to loop. The most common way to loop is first turn Ravine Zephyros or Ravine Phalanx Mistletoe. They're the 2 most common ways to loop, 2 or 3 card combos. And last monster is 1 Red Eyes Darkness Metal, 2 Clogs. I tried 3, hell, tried ODing. But 1 is all that's necessary. You have Avarice, you have things to get it back, and if you've already made Darkness Metal once, you've generally gotten enough pluses from it to where you don't need it anymore. That's 13 monsters. I don't main board Veilers because I don't want to be dead game 1 against things like Macro Rabbit and whatnot, and Chaos Dragons. For spells, 3 Dragons Ravines, it's the Sex, it is a once per turn Foolish Burial, or Rhoda for any Dragunity. It is the best card in the game, period. It's so good it loses to MST. And 3 Terraforming, so basically you're running 6 Dragon Ravines, and hey, I heard there was a 3-card limit. No, there's not. And the thing with Terraforming and Ravine is that you can run the same number of Terraformings in Ravine, and they will never be dead, because if you don't need the Terraforming, it means you have the Ravine. And if you have the Ravine, this is no longer a Dragon Ravine, it is a Rhoda for a Dux. So, Terraforming is never dead in the deck. 2 Cards Consonants, Destiny Draw, good card. Very good card. Drawing 2, no reason. Put your tuners in the grave. Yeah, it's a very fun card. Now 3 Upstart Goblins. I like legally running 37 cards. Just filler. I was running Duality, but it was too slow paced, and I got angry and wanted to go turbo because I was getting sacked all day because my deck was running too slow. So I would Duality into things, and I couldn't make plays. So I'd rather just draw an extra card. For the rest of the spells, 2 Forbidden Lance. I don't like back rows like Compulse and Bottomless because Stardust doesn't like them either, and if Stardust doesn't like them, I don't like them. So, and this also gives me advantage against the rogue matchups like TGs and whatnot because, D-Prison, Lance, Skill Drain, Lance, things like that. I only main board 2 MSTs because I don't want them to be dead against decks like Chaos Dragons. They're very predominant, and they don't have the added battle tactic of Lance. Lance, even if it's against Chaos Dragons, it's still a battle tactic. MST just clears back. Or you auto side the 3rd if it's anything but Chaos Dragons that you're playing. The 1 obligatory Heavy Storm, the Monster Reborn, Book of Moon, and Pot of Avarice because, Hitler had some great ideas. Don't run Dark Hole because Dark Hole's bad. It's 19 spells, and Dark Hole, if you're at a point where you need Dark Hole in the game, you're probably already losing, and the Dark Hole's not going to do anything for you. For traps, we run 8, 2 D-Prism. I like this over Bottomless because if I top deck a Bottomless when there's a Barbaros, Christia, whatever on the board, and I can't get over it, I'm like, crap. Top deck D-Prism, awesome. My ass lives. 2 Fiendish Chain, I don't main board Veilers, and also this supports the Zephyroses. If I don't have Ravine, I can still do loops and plays because this is a face-up card on the field. You can bounce it for Zephyros in hand, reuse it, just abuse it. Basically running 3 Fiendish Chains and the 2 Zephyros ultimately means you're running 3 Phoenix chains. Then you just have the Solemn Brigade, and then Starlight Road, because everybody in existence waits for me to special summon Phalanx before they torrential. One guy even saw me duality for this, turn 1 in the main event. I said it. 4 turns later, I go to normal summon the Ducks, my only monster on the field, and he's like, yeah, that's fine. Special summon the Phalanx, torrential, Starlight Road, and he acted like he didn't know it was there. And I was like, you saw me duality for it 4 turns ago. What are you doing? Anyway, that's the main board. Side deck, we don't run Trident Dragon because he's bad. Taking -2s for no reason in this deck is bad. 1 Scrap Dragon, 1 Thought Ruler, 1 Colossal Fighter, and 2 Stardust Dragons, all the good level 8s. Red Dragon Archfiend isn't needed this format. What's it going to do? Blow 1 material off his Inmains? It's not worth it. It's not going to be doing anything well. Level 7 we do not run because level 7 is too awkward to make, and you don't want to force yourself to be awkward in this deck. You run 1 Dragunity Profile. It's basically a 3rd Zephyros. It also turns all monster hands into precise plays because it is a Dragon Ravine in reverse with wings. Dragunity Profile, it gives life to your Zephyroses that you've used, and basically once it's on the field, nobody wants to attack it. If they see a Wing Beast in your grave, no one will attack this if it's less than 3,200 attack, because Legionnaire makes it 3,200, Ducks 35, Zephyros 36. So it gets over very big things in the game very easily, and this is what I run in place of Brio. With this deck, if you were synchroing for 6 anyway, Brio was the bad play, because you'd always be going for something bigger, and it's a dragon, so it supports a Tum. And then you have the 3 Vajrayanas, you know, it's just a stair hop into level 8s, get your phalanxes back, and it also, you know, does Achilles' plays to be 3,800 and pop a card and just go for big game pushes. 1 Catastor just to support that Legionnaire, and it wins a lot of games by itself. There's a lot of people that can't get over Catastor at certain points in the game. And that's all for the synchros. There's only 11 synchros, and then we move on to black cards. 1 Gaia Dragon, because a Tum, once it's been used, you know, not necessary. And against Chaos Dragons, you know, do 2,500 over a Raikou. Just fun things. Photon Strike Bouncer, because, you know, again, not main boarding Veilers. Card's good. Single-handedly wins the Inzektor matchup because it doesn't destroy the card, so their Call of the Haunted are going to be dead, and just things like that. And then 2 Atums, because I find that I often will remove these for Dread Eyes if I draw them. I'd rather have what I summon off of this out of the deck, like a Mistletoe or a Phalanx. And basically it makes you, since Avarice is at 1, it makes it where your Avarices are less strained. You can get away with not having to Avarice and a Tum in case you late game loop. You have the other one just chilling in your extra deck ready to go. And then onto the side deck, I just do a 2 Electric Virus because, you know, Chaos Dragons are apparently a thing, and so are Heretics. 2 Effect Veilers because main boarding them is bad right now. It's not worth it. 2 Maxis because apparently windups are everywhere. Even Fraser Smith is playing him, and he's doing amazingly well.
23%.
23% of the field was windups. Good God. 2 Smashing Grounds because I'm too poor to afford Secret Soul Takers, and I don't play common cards if I can help it. 3rd MSC. 2 Shadow Imprisoning signed by Marquise Henderson because, you know, apparently he's a guy. 2 Imperial Iron Walls because this card wrecks Chaos Dragons and Rescue Rabbit. Because priority is gone. Summon Rescue Rabbit, flip Imperial Iron Wall. You can't do anything. And then 2 Royal Decrees. These were Dust Tornadoes during the event, and I regretted it the entire day. Shinobu, my advisor. But anyway, that's all for the deck profile. If you want to come check out my channel, I do a lot of dual terminal videos. Subscribe to Mr. Ontario here, and subscribe to me, PhoenixFlareX. I do a lot of dual terminal just stuff. And as always, guys, take care. Have fun.